Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Very warm welcome to all of you onto this webinar. My name is Gediminas, and we're broadcasting live. If you're watching a recording of this webinar, you can find a link in the description to register for this webinar so you can listen live and ask questions at the end of these webinars. But today, good morning to all of you guys who are here live. So hi Gail, hi Patrice, hi Derek, hi Gertrude. I can see a few more people joining as we talk. So today's topic, guys, is four-step process to solving problems or challenges. I hope you're gonna find it useful. So let me just quickly share my screen. If you have any questions, as always, on the right hand side you have the chat box, so you can type those questions in and I will try my best to answer them for you. All right, and this, by the way, is the interior of the S-Class Mercedes. All right, guys, so what I wanted to talk to you today is a four-step process to solving problems. So in life or in business, we might have different challenges and different problems and different obstacles. And we need to have a process that allows us to solve them quite efficiently and that will save us a lot of stress. And I'll talk about stress in just a moment. So the first step in the four-step process is trace it. So you need to trace it back to the root, right? So what's the nature of that problem? If you're having financial problems, you need to trace it back and what's the root cause of that problem. If you're having relationship problems, then again, you need to trace it back and learn the nature of this problem. Why are you having these relationship problems, etc., etc., etc. So whatever it is that you're trying to tackle in your life, you need to first of all trace it back and learn the nature. Because if you learn the nature of that challenge, if you really, really understand it fully, then you can master it. And if you master anything in life, if you learn the nature of anything in life, then you can master it. If you learn the nature of elephant, this massive animal, you can make it do tricks in the circus. You can make it work for you. If you master the trick, the nature of the killer whale, you can make it jump through hoops and things like that. So if you learn the nature of air, you can again develop crafts that will take you up in the air and maybe produce electricity with it, etc. So it's really when you master something, when you understand the nature of something, you can actually master that area. So same with any challenges in life, whether it's physical shape or it's diet or it's money, whatever. If you really, really understand it, then you can start controlling it. Most of the time when you feel stressed in life is when you're out of control, when you don't actually understand something, and it sort of causes you a lot of stress. So first of all, we need to trace it. Once you traced the problem and you understood the nature of it, then you need to face it. A lot of people know they have problems in life or challenges in life, but they don't actually face them. Right? So they know they're struggling financially, but they don't face it. They know, they're scared of public speaking, but they don't face it, and they just basically putting their hand in the sand, and trying to avoid it. And again, this what it does. It just causes you more stress because you understand that you need to solve it. You understand that that's actually not good for you, but you sort of don't actually solve it. So you have to make you have to ensure that these challenges have to be solved, and they have to be resolved, right? And it might be just errors in judgment, but you need to sort of face it where you go, okay, and I admit that I have this challenge or this problem, and now I need to solve it somehow, right? So facing it is really, really important, and admitting it to yourself, that okay, I have this challenge, I have this problem, I need to now look for a solution. Because unless you admit that you have a certain challenge, then nobody can actually help you because you're not admitting, and a lot of people are in this case of denial, and for a lot of people, they think that denial is the river in Egypt, right? So a lot of people are in this denial. Okay, so once you faced it, step number 3 is erase it. So a lot of people just hope that it's gonna get better. They just hope that somehow these problems are gonna go away. If I just don't look at it, maybe it's just gonna disappear and go away. But reality is that it's not gonna disappear. The reality is that those challenges or those problems are gonna be there, and they're gonna hang around, and they're gonna get worse, right? So we need to erase it. We need to get rid of them from our life, and also, you need to think, is it helping me? Is it serving me? If I'm doing something, how is that serving me? How is that helping me, right? If one of the thing is the ships, so whether it's a relationship or mentorship or friendship, right? So it ends with ship, and ship is meant to take you somewhere, right? But if that particular ship is not taking you somewhere, then maybe it has to be erased, right? So if that particular relationship is not taking you somewhere, or if that particular friendship is not taking you somewhere, or if that particular mentorship is not taking you somewhere, then you need to erase it. You need to change it and find something that's going to actually serve you and that's going to take you somewhere, right, in life. So once you realized that you have a particular challenge, you want to get rid of it from your life as soon as you can. Okay, so you need to think about it. They say if you add up the income of the 4 closest people to you in life and divide it by 4, you'll probably get your yearly income. So again, sometimes people around us are influencing us more than we care to admit. Okay, and once you've erased it, then step number 4 is you need to replace it. Okay, so whether it's your mind or your life, it cannot stay in a vacuum. It cannot stay empty. So you have to, if you erase something, if you get rid of some bad habit from your life, or you get rid of some bad ship from your life, right? Whether it's a relationship or mentorship or friendship, then you need to replace it with something else. Okay, so one of the things that I mentioned to people that, for example, I don't ever watch news. I don't read newspapers. I don't listen to news on the radio because it's full of negative information. And I don't want to load my brain every single day with negative information because it will make me a negative person. But if I don't watch the news and don't read the newspapers, I need to then replace that with something else, right? If I want to change the habit. So that's why I replace it instead with reading every single morning something to do with my business, or something that is educational or inspirational or motivational. So I read every morning. When I'm driving in the car, instead of playing the radio, I listen to audio CDs, or I play stuff off of my phone, or of YouTube, etc. So I replace it, right? If I'm gonna watch anything on my computer or on my television, instead of watching something that is depressing and negative, I'll choose something that is motivational or inspirational or educational, that will take me somewhere, like that ship, right? So same with friendships. If you find that certain friendships are no longer serving you, are no longer making you a better person, but maybe actually influencing you in a negative manner, and you choose to erase them and to get rid of those particular relationships, then you need to replace them, right? So look for people that will grow you as a person. Look for people that make you a better person. They say if you're the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room, right? So choose environment that's going to stretch you and that's going to make you grow, instead of choosing an environment where you feel very, very comfortable, and you're not you're not in any shape or form growing as a person. Okay, and the last thing is the habits. Again, if you erase a bad habit, so let's say I don't know, let's say you've been eating bad food, right? Let's say you've been eating junk food and fast food, etc., and you know that it's not serving you. Then if you get rid of that, you need to replace it now with something good for you, something that's going to serve you if you eat it, so you might want to do some shopping, and get some better quality food, and start replacing it, start changing it into something better that serves your body better, right? Because a lot of the especially in business, people are concentrated a lot about growing themselves personally as a developing them as a person, but they neglect their body, right? And your body is the only place you have to live in, so you need to look after it. And if you look after your body in terms of diet, in terms of exercise, then it's going to make you stronger. If it makes you stronger and more vital, then you can actually achieve more in your business or in your life. So it really serves each other and it works together, so you can't have one without the other. You have to have the physical energy and physical power in order to achieve the things that you want to achieve, mentally. And if you don't do that, if you don't have this process to solve these challenges, the problem is that it will cause you stress. If you don't face the problems that you have in life, or the challenges that you have in life or in business or in relationships, and you don't erase it and replace it, what will happen? It will cause you stress. And stress is not something external. Stress is something internal. So it's basically, you feel a lot of the times is either you feeling guilty or you feeling overwhelmed or whatever, because it's a choice. Stress is a choice. You choose to be stressed because you're not acting on a particular challenge or on a particular problem, or you choose not to think about it, or you choose to neglect it, and then it causes you stress. It's basically your own mind telling you that you need to change something, etc. But stress, is a bad word. I prefer tension, because stress is bad, tension is good. You see, stress can drive you to drinking, but tension will drive you to thinking. Okay, so tension actually makes you think, it makes you change, it makes you evolve, it makes you grow, it makes you whatever it can do, right? So tension is actually good, because if there's no tension, then it's not really motivating you, it's not really driving you, right? And friction is also good. So these challenges are okay. The only people who don't make any mistakes and they don't have any challenges are people who never do anything. Because people who are the most successful in life are the people who made the most mistakes and they had the most challenges. Because if you stretch and you go out of your comfort zone, then you're going to be hit with these challenges and these new things that you need to learn and these new things that you need to understand and things like that. But if you just stay in your comfort zone and doing same old, then yeah, of course, you have very few challenges because you're actually not growing, right? So if there's nothing stopping you, if there's no challenges, then you know that you are no longer a contender, right? You're no longer in the game, right? So it's very, very easy to check that. If you feel that, okay, it's becoming pretty easy, that you're probably no longer a contender. You need to then grow. That means your goals are not big enough. That means your aspirations are not big enough. You need to grow, right? So really, really, really important stuff to understand, because if you understand it, it'll help you to expand and to grow and to really develop. Okay, guys, so that is it for today. If you're watching this on YouTube, do subscribe to our YouTube channel and do register for the live version of this webinar using the link in the description. Those of you guys who are here on the live webinar, thank you very much for attending. Do share it with your teams and with your business partners and with people who you think will get value from these webinars. The registration link, again, you can share that with everybody. They can register and take advantage of these webinars and actually learn something and go and implement that. Okay, guys, have a fantastic week. And as always, I'll see you at the top.